Imagine you're driving in your car. You see a green light in the distance, so you do nothing. Keep the same speed. But up ahead, the next light just turned yellow. So obviously you slow down because you know it'll be red by the time you get to the intersection. Then a few miles later, you see a traffic light that looks a little different. As you approach the light, it turns white. What the hell are you going to do? This might be the future solution to handle all the autonomous vehicles. Self-driving cars. As we get more and more EVs, electric vehicles, most of them are going to be AVs, autonomous vehicles, self-driving cars, autopilot. AVs are basically giant computers capable of making millions of calculations every second. And when you get a few on the road at the same time, the theory is that they will network with each other and the traffic lights to create kind of a supercomputer to control traffic. A recent study from North Carolina State University is suggesting that adding a fourth color to traffic lights would solve this problem. They say it could be a white light, but it might as well be purple. The color doesn't matter. The researchers tested this system using microscopic traffic simulators, which are complex computational models designed specifically to recreate traffic conditions down to each individual car. When operating with the white phase intersection, traffic delays improved 3% when only 10% of the cars were AVs. But that number of efficiency jumped to 10.7% when there were 30% AVs. So they concluded more AVs means less traffic. So basically the goal here is to get more vehicles as autonomous and remove human drivers. Where have I heard that before? Oh, never mind. It's probably not important. So when you get anything more than 3% of AVs, they kind of take over and control the stoplights. When a human driver sees an intersection with a white light, that means you are supposed to follow the vehicle in front of you. I guess that sounds good. But what if you want to go left and the lead vehicle is going straight? Do you still have to follow the vehicle ahead of you to avoid an accident? Or perhaps get a ticket for unsafe driving? I'm sure they have some kinks to work out. And what if you change your mind and suddenly you need some
extra big-ass fries?
Listen, I've seen the Terminator and iRobot. It's generally a bad idea when you give all your control over to a machine. Oh, on that note, did you guys see the article about the 360,000 new Teslas that are being recalled for system errors with self-driving? Yeah, see, the system is not fully developed and it makes lots of mistakes. Yeah, just the other day I was driving over a bridge that was undergoing some construction repairs. See, the problem is this bridge was in Connecticut and they have been repairing this bridge for several years now. Every time they close one lane to resurface it and change the traffic flow, they paint some new lines on the road. They must have done this 20 times over the last 2 years, and there are paint lines literally all over the place. A reasonable human can figure it out and drive fairly normally, but a Tesla on autopilot freaks out. It might as well be looking at an M.C. Escher painting. So it just slams on the brakes. Now, I was next to the Tesla. Thank God I wasn't behind it. But cars swerved and braked, and it was pandemonium. A little bit of panic for everyone involved. Now, just wait until there are 20 of them, and everyone else has to guess what the hell the white light means because the mobile Tesla network is controlling all the traffic flow. That sounds perfectly fine to me. Now, I'm not sure if you've heard about this or not, but humans can be a little unpredictable. How does the AV caravan handle an idiot on a motorcycle doing 120 and zigzagging through traffic? Now, what about the toothless meth addict who runs a red light? What about a snowstorm where you can't see any lines on the road? Does the AV network just shut down? I guess everyone's expected to just stay home. Well, when we have an entire generation that doesn't know how to drive, what are they going to do? I never want to be that helpless. I never want to depend on something I can't control. I know that might sound a little old-fashioned. So what? Cars have been heading in this direction for a long time. When the automobile was first invented, drivers had to know basic repair and how the car worked. Now a car will turn on the lights when it gets dark. It'll turn on the windshield wipers when it rains. You don't have to choose which gear to be in, and you don't even have to turn around when you back up. Are you even driving anymore? Or just a passenger making a few inconsequential choices? Now, my car still has a manual transmission. I call it anti-theft because no one knows how to drive it. I'm just saying, if you're willing to trade your freedom of movement for a little convenience, you'll get it, but you will regret it. Best case scenario, if you're late on your car payment, the car just won't start. Worst case, the car just drives you to jail. You be careful what you wish for.